I was wondering who you're talking to. Ah, yes, stop lying, comrade. Ah, great minds think alike. Uh, Well, a very good morning, Namibia, and thank you so much for joining us this very beautiful Friday morning. We are coming to you live from Oshana region in Oshakati for the State of the Region address that will be delivered in just a couple of minutes by the Governor of the Oshana region, Elia Irimali. Now, of course, this is a very crucial platform for governors to, that is, deliberate on accountability and, of course, also touch on what the region has been going through in the last financial year. Now, of course, we are going to be giving you a pre and post analysis of this event that is taking place today, and also speaking on more that is set to take place. Like I said, the platform actually also serves as a platform that allows governors to present transparency and accountability in the region. Also for the governor to also table accomplishments, challenges, and of course the future plans that the region, of course, plans to oversee in the future for its residents to, of course, flourish in all the areas that they are actually performing in. Now, this morning I am joined by my analyst, who is the chairperson of the Oshana Regional Youth Forum. I am speaking about Absalom Itamalo, also based here in the Oshana region. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us, Absalom.
Thank you very much. Good morning to you, sir.
Absolutely. Let's just get into what, of course, are expecting today. What are your expectations from the governor in the State of the Region address?
Oh, very clear. My expectation that should come out of the regional address is that, you see, the governor heads the regions, and all these developments are being discussed at the grassroots level and submitted to the region in terms of the progress made to it. So my expectation is that the aspirations and what is discussed at the grassroots level by the local people is implemented as it is through the bodies that are driving the development at the grassroots level. We have village development committee, we have constituency development committee, before you come to the regional coordinating development committee. So that's where the development is being discussed. But I'm expecting more of situations that have been there, at least so to say, if it's drought for animals. Yeah. So the plan towards how to relieve those farmers from that excessive or object drought in that area of farming area. If it's drought of the human, so the plan of the regions with regard to that. That should now depend on each constituency, what they submitted, based on where they are and what are the challenges really facing them at that grassroots level.
All right. You spoke about agriculture, which is of course one of the very crucial sectors here in the Oshana region. We know of the amount of farmers, communal and commercial farming that also takes place here. How much did drought really affect this region? Of course, looking at what has happened in the couple of years back, and what is actually happening right now, and what you hope can be some of the solutions to what has been affected in terms of drought here in the Oshana region.
Yeah, really, it's a pity that these years we don't receive enough rains, and our farmers are a bit really struggling to farm. So livestock are dying due to also the scarcity of water. Sometimes the grass can be there, but then the scarcity of water is the main challenge. And through the capable and able leadership of the region, under the leadership of the governor who's representing the government at the regional level. So I believe this situation currently have a plan, an exit plan. How do we exit out of this? Though, things really, it should also depend on, I understand we also have gone through economic recession, but then we don't really put it as a reason, but we must have other plans out with the local people. So because the local people are the ones that are feeding us into how better the situation can be tackled. But I think they are doing well. So there's just a need of water to be pumped every year on time, so that farms and those animals are not stressed, because when you pump water later, when they are already stressed, you will just go collect those that are dead already, and it's a setback to our farmers, and most of us are depending in farming.
Absolutely.
For
sustainability.
Yes.
Definitely. Now, if you're just joining us, you're watching the State of the Region address live from Oshana region in Oshakati. Of course, anticipating the governor to table the State of the Region address to speak about the accomplishments and, of course, some of the challenges and the future plans of the Oshana region. Now, our team took to the streets to hear from the residents of the Oshana region, to hear about their expectations as well from the governor's speech that will be tabled in just a couple of minutes. Let's take a listen to what they had to say.
I think the development is quite good because we have many events. Oshakati, there's a Kuku Expo, there's Oshana Day, meaning that we have more opportunities to make business. Come on, let's youth, just be empowered and make some money.
Everything is fine. No trade fair Africa. To tingo a customer then I na pandulango to go to support in our business.
The governor must tackle at least to the safety of the road. The road must be built, because I've seen the road somewhere it has been broken, and also the traffic lights sometimes are off, and then it may cause accidents. Yeah.
Moshana se unene twapungwa nga enele ngasisava twakulilamo mungaha twapungwa nga enele ngasipefe sitwakulanga ha twalango unangonelewe apango noludalo.
There are some cases of suicide that have taken place in our region, such as students just committing suicide due to financial problems, I guess, or any problems related to their education, so which is actually not a good thing.
Tapandura shide mune tu pomito tukale maka potuvro kukata piwasere setatuasere unona itutatu kwasi sapongo oruhe pondurulipo tatu konjisangaka papandura sono tatu ngindire tukale ponga epese tukale po hetu ningire ponga tare kuchote tuningingini opokatu zepo. Yeah.
In Ongwediva specific, there are a lot of high crime rates here. Like students are crying of their laptop being stolen by thieves. Phones are being robbed. It doesn't matter whether it's day or night. They'll rob you, those people.
There are those areas with bushes whereby the thieves can hide. They normally used to hide there whenever someone is passing by with his or her phone, money, let me say coming from the mall or coming from somewhere. The thief could be coming from that side where it's too much bushy and rob.
Do something for us. Build more. Create more job opportunity for the youth of Namibians and for the Oshana region peoples. Oshana region is a small region to say, but it's having more populations.
That's right. Those were the sentiments of the residents of the Oshana region, just, of course, stabling their expectations as well from the State of the Region address that will be delivered in just a couple of minutes. Absalom, quite a lot has been said in what the residents have to say there. What is your reaction to what we just saw? Are you in agreement, or perhaps do you think that there are some areas that actually are doing well?
Yeah, let me say I'm in agreement with what they are saying, because, you know, the challenges that are facing our people are diverse. Let's say they are not new, or they are not unique in only Oshana, but the whole country.
That's right.
So yeah, we just need to improve on some of infrastructure development, and also to amplify, or maybe to take out the development out of also in town, so that we don't have that congestions more in urban area. So if we speak about road infrastructure, some of those infrastructures are the ones that attract other development in the area. So if you take a road out to, for instance, down to Etosha, that side through Omunja. So along that area, you know, there are wild animals, there is a conservancy there. So people will start thinking about ecotourism business, to venture themselves in ecotourism business, and start thinking of a resting camp, doing some other businesses along that road, because it's a network that links them to town. And most of the people that are outcrying of employments, some of those are initiatives that create employments for other or fellow young people, or for the community, so for the betterment of their living standards. So yes, I understand even mostly the students. So the situation of the student is a very serious one. I think there is a need for us to have identified places close to the institution of where they are schooling, just to build for them accommodation close to them, to avoid those robbers who are robbing them their gadgets, because it also affects them. Because once when the laptop is stolen or the phone is stolen, so those are means of now reading, because people do not use, they move from this printed out hard copy to soft copy now. So once they lost that one, and let's say she's supposed to write tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, so that young person do not have a hope, because that gadget is stolen from her, do not have a hope. As a result, one can drop out or one can take his or her own life just because of that. But we supposed not to have that in expectation. We need to create for them an enabling environment for them to be able to stay away from that stress of being robbed and disturbed while they're taking their education.
One of the residents we just listened to also spoke about some social issues that, of course, the young people being, them being the highest, population here in the Oshana region as well. Speaking about the number of suicide that also happens here, what is your concern regarding that, and of course also the social welfare of the region in terms of combating issues such as suicide that also is very high amongst the youth in the Oshana region?
Yeah. I think on that one also programs need to be put in place. Institutions that are in that field, so they need to decentralize or take out these such services down to the student, to everywhere, even in the villages, just not to students, but even to community members themselves. There are a lot of issues that attribute to one taking his or her own life just because is threatened by a situation and do not have a hope of how do I get out of this situation. So the programs really need to go down to rural area, and that should only be driven by networks that are driving development such as road network, power, the electricity, water, and so on, because one wouldn't really be in a conducive area without water. One wouldn't really want to take his services or whatever he's doing, whether it's a business, when some of these networks are not in place. Because you see, you can only have a very good reception of clients when you establish that enabling environment for the residents.
Absolutely.
So yes.
High unemployment affects, the country, and not only the country, but of course globally as well. What has been your observation in terms of the rate of unemployment here in the Oshana region, and what perhaps are some of the solutions that can the region or the governor perhaps can address in his speech to combat that is of course an issue now in the region?
Okay, thank you very much. I think that one is also, it draws me also to more of a policy question, and to tackle this one as a young person, also as a young leader who is also a policy making person at the level where am I. So we are our anticipation in the speech of the governor should be like, let's work on something that let's start first with those that are having responsibility. For instance, we have constituency youth forum chairpersons who are supposed to be immediate advisors of the constituent regional councillors in that respective constituency on youth affairs. So we should start thinking about incentivifying, give them a small incentive, even for airtime, to reach out young people and mobilize. At least if this person have energy, if this person is empowered, other young people will also be able to respect and say, yes, you are representing our aspiration, you are representing our affairs, and yes, they are submitted every time. For instance, let me say, even the regional chairperson, they're supposed to get a small allowance. Because imagine a person who is leading 11 constituencies and do not have anything. If I have to reach out to my young people in Kaukweyo, Kaukweyo is part of Oshana, and to go there, if you are not working, a volunteer as yourself, taking that distance of 1,200 two-way, for a person who is not working, even a person who is working, do not even sacrifice to use their own money just because they have that passion to go there. But we normally used to do it, borrow some assistance here and there, but then it's not easy. Somebody needs to have at least some energy and be empowered at least to encourage others also. Even when they see that person, at least they are encouraged. You cannot have somebody who do not have shoes to reach a certain point to address the situation or to listen to other young people to bring it. Yeah, it's kind of something that need to be looked into very seriously.
Yeah.
And we move into some of this now. Fellow young people who are students, you see, our scholars also need to think out of the box. So they need now to establish maybe societies or clubs where, as content expert for that matter, we respect them as content experts for that matter, to come up with different business or project proposals and present them to institutions that, let me, for instance, donor funding institutions, for them to secure funds from different institutions. I expect also the governor maybe to establish something sort of to say, yes, we have this group of young people that are always updating me on youth.
Thank you so much. All right, now the governor is now ready to table the State of the Region address. We are now going to cross into the chambers to hear from the governor, Elia Irimali, to give us the State of the Region address this year.
Oshana Regional Council, Honorable Andes Utoni, all Honorable Regional Council present, Commissioner Naftali Sakaria, Regional Commander of the Namibian Police in Oshana, region members of the Uniformed Forces, Your Worship, the Mayor of Oshakati, Ungwediva and Ondangwa Town, all local authority council present, Madam Teopolina Amtumwa, the Chief Regional Officer of Oshana Regional Council, members of the management of Oshana Regional Council, regional heads of organizations, ministries, and agencies in Oshana region, CEO of all local authorities in the region, our colleagues from our sister province of Limpopo in the Republic of South Africa, Pathela and Matima, captains of industries, members of the media, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. It is my distinct honor and pleasure to deliver the Oshana State of the Region address for the year 2023 to 2024 financial year, in accordance with Article 110A, Section 5 and 6 of the Namibian Constitution. As is customary, my address will focus on the planned activities of the central government in our region, report on the activities of the central government over the past years, and be available to respond to questions. The year 2023 to 2024 financial year has been very productive for the Oshana region despite the climatic conditions. The year under review was declared as a year of revival by the former President of the Republic of Namibia, His Excellency Dr. Hage Gottlieb Keinkop. The President urged the nation to reignite the strength of a resurgent nation, a nation that looks into the future with renewed hope and optimism in pursuit of inclusive and shared prosperities. It is also a year that Namibia will be remembered for generations to come as we mourn the loss of our President, His Excellency Dr. Hage Gottlieb Keinkop. The passing of our President was a dark moment for Namibia, Africa, and the world at large. At these junctures, I request that we all stand and observe a moment of silence in remembrance of our late President. Attention. May we be seated. Thank you. I will now turn to the first constitutional requirement of my address, political situations. the Republic of Namibia, under the stewardship of His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbuba, continue to demonstrate political stability and resilience, which fosters an environment conducive for progress and development. Accordingly, we are inspired to continue upholding the principle of good governance in our regional governance construct. We commend the Namibian government for its unwavering support and collaboration with Oshana regional authorities in ensuring that governance is transparent, accountable, and responsive in meeting the needs of our people during the 2023 to 2024 financial year. As we navigate the challenges and opportunities ahead, we reaffirm our commitment to working together with our developmental stakeholders in order to build a future that is equitable, sustainable, and prosperous for all residents of Oshana region. And on the security situations, in terms of security, the Oshana Regional Security Team has worked diligently to uphold laws and orders. And I urge residents to continue cooperating with the Namibian Police Force and the Anti-Corruption Commissions in addressing gender-based violence, criminalities, and corruption. Notably, the general trend in crime has decreased by 0.74% from 12,000 cases, 576 cases in the year 2022 to 2023, to 12,484 cases in the year 2023 to 2024 financial year. And gender-based violence crimes have also decreased by about 52% from 636 cases to 328 cases. Although crimes like robbery and theft under false pretenses have escalated, our law enforcement officers with the community assistance has been effective in apprehending criminals. On the economy, the Oshana regional economy presents a conducive business environment with a wide range of untapped economic opportunity essential for inclusive growth and job creation. During the preceding financial year, the government, in partnership with the private sector, has implemented various interventions to boost growth and accelerate economic growth in the region. Some of these economic activities and indicators of economic progress in the region include the following: the investment by the Development Bank of Namibia in various sectors in the Oshana region. Since its inception, DBN financed businesses in the region at a combined investment amount of 951.5 million. This investment comprised of the following sectors: construction industry, 167.4 million, and housing, which amounted to 152.6 million, energy infrastructure in the region, which amounted to 116.8 million Namibian dollars. Secondly, the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade has registered a total of 227 new businesses at its offices in Ongwediva. The Ministry of Industrialization and Trade is in the process of supporting 12 SMEs in the Oshana region with equipment through the Equipment Aid Scheme, and it's going to be delivered today. Moreover, the ministry is at an advanced stage of opening the Business and Intellectual Property Authority BIPA office in Ongwediva this financial year. The Social Security Commission funded through the Kayak Trust to train 30 unemployed Namibians in welding and metal fabrications and another 30 youth in auto mechanic at a cost of 2.3 million. The Atlantic Training Institute to train 20 unemployed Namibians as dental assistants and 20 in occupational health and safety at a cost of 2.6 million. During the same year, AgriBank provided communal farmers in the region with loan value at 7 million, which benefited 14 farmers across various loan schemes. It is important for the government to provide farmers with access to modern farming techniques, equipment, and financial support to enhance agricultural productions. On the infrastructures development, The regional leadership has prioritized investment in infrastructure development, particularly in terms of improving water supply system, road networks, and electricity connections. The continuation of development of reliable infrastructure, which is crucial for investment promotion and a thriving business sector. On the water infrastructure, supply of water to the communities is advancing at a greater stage, with Oshakati Town Council having commenced with the installation of prepaid water meter system, of which soon all the remaining towns will follow suit as time goes. With Namota is currently carrying out the following project at a combined cost of 192.8 million. And they are as follow. They are rehabilitations of Oshakati Canal. It's ongoing. The capacity upgrading of Oshakati Raw water pump is ongoing. Replacement of Oshakati plant Lamera is ongoing. Constructions of the Oluno Ondangwa Indangungu pipeline is ongoing. Ongwediva pump stations and chlorine system replacement. The Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform through Oshana Regional Council completed the constructions of 11 earth dams in all the constituency within Oshana region at a combined cost of 14.2 million. Moreover, the rural water supply rehabilitated the following minor projects as follows. The 5-kilometer pipeline at Omwandigo area on Dangwa Urban constituency, the 300-meter pipeline at Omufirisa Ningo in Ondangwa Urban constituencies, and 600-meter pipelines at Omusheshe, Oshidila, Oka Indo Katana constituency at a combined cost of 2 million. The Oshana Regional Council executed the following water project at a combined cost of 763,082 Namibian dollars. Oshienge Nepolo Water Pipeline in Oshakati West constituency, Ankambo Ombili Water Pipeline in Okaku constituency, the upgrading of an Amambili Water Pipeline in Ondangwa Urban constituency, rehabilitation of Okakoyambara Earth Dams in Ondangwa rural constituencies, and the rehabilitation of Ondobeyo Shipiriri Earth Dam in Uvudia constituencies. And the on-the-road rehabilitations by the Oshana Regional Council through minor capital project. Rehabilitation of Msimboti on Evonga or Shipumbu gravel roads in Ompunja constituencies. The rehabilitation of Omusheshe or Pumako road village in Okatana constituency. Construction of a crossing point at Akwenyaga number 2 village in Oshakati East constituencies. Other major road construction in the region. The Okatana DR 3671, upgrading of 15-kilometer distance district road to low-volume seal, standard from the junction with the main road MR 120 in Okatana to the junction with district roads, and DR 3638 in Onamtai at a cost of 85 million. Ukuyushona roads, DR 3605, upgrading to low-volume seal standard of 15 kilometers starting from Ondangwa, Court via the Ondonga King Palace access road to Ukuyushona in the Oshana region to provide access to the surrounding communities. It has commenced. The project is planned to cost about 55 million at the time of completion. The Ompuja Road, DR 3607, is currently at an advanced planning stage at a cost of 7 million Namibian dollars. And on the other aspect, regional electrifications. The government remains committed to diversifying and improving energy supply, infrastructure capacity in Oshana region. During the year under review, Norad Electricity as the lead energy distributors and strategic development partner has completed the following. The electrification of a Mainene location in Ondangwa Urban at a cost of 5.7 million. And the electrification of Epia location at a cost of 1.4 million. And electrification of new reception in Ondangwa town through KfW Development Bank from Germany. The Oshana Regional Council has executed 13 13 minor capital projects at a combined cost of 2.2 million, which comprises of electrifications of the following: Ekumalera locations in Uvudia, Oshakati Shapinias village in Oshakati East constituencies, Katamba locality in Okatana constituency, Haimbodi Amkoto community in Okatana constituencies, Endobe Kuka shops in Ongwediva constituencies, Huma constituency, Kuka shop in Ongwediva constituencies, Onankome Senda in Ondangwa Eben constituency, Katito location in Ondangwa rural constituency, Okatunda Kontaku Kuka shop in Okachari constituencies, and Ombili Okaparara locations in Ukuishona constituencies. On the other aspect, the educational infrastructures development. Both public and private investment in education infrastructure are gaining momentum in the region. Oshana Genasim, through Kuro Holding, completed a construction phase 1 at a cost of 200 million, and the school was inaugurated at the beginning of 2024 academic year. Additionally, a new public school at Extension 3 in Ongwediva town, the Mulongeni Primary School, opened its door at the start of the current academic year. Another notable educational project completed by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Cultures during the year under review included the following: construction at a combined cost of 30.4 million, the 12 classroom and large ablution block at the Kuku Primary School, 6 classroom at Oshana School of Computing, 10 classroom at Odiara Primary Schools, 3 ablution blocks at Onguta Primary Schools, and 7 classroom and 2 ablution blocks with septic tanks at Onjajo Secondary School, 13 classroom and 2 ablution block at Mulongeni Primary School, 3 classroom block at Okachari Primary School, and renovation of 3 classroom blocks at Okachari Primary School. And on the sport infrastructure in the region, the Oshakati Independence Sports Stadium was the venue for several significant sports events that had a positive impact on many businesses, people in the region. This event included the first ever Governors' Cup, which was sponsored by PST Bet, as well as the Defense Force National Games, the Namibian Police National Games, and the recently concluded the State-Owned Enterprises Game. Additionally, the 2023-2024 season marked the return of Namibia Premier League football to the northern part of the country, with the stadium hosting home games for Eshoke Chula Chula Football Club, drawing large crowd of spectators, and the following infrastructure development were commenced or completed. The much talked about Ondangwa Sports Stadium, known as the Northern Namibia Higher Performance and Innovation Center, has kicked off after years of planning and designing. The whole project is estimated to cost 60 million, and phase 1 was already completed at a cost of 16 million Namibian dollars. Construction of service for the Ongwediva Sport Field, phase 4, is underway at a cost of 2.1 million. The boundary wall of the front entry side of Oshakati Independence Stadium that was made of precast wall was replaced with a brick wall and the new gates at a total cost of 843,523 Namibian dollars and 40 cents. Ablution facilities in the Oshakati Independence Stadium was also revamped at a cost of 234,836 Namibian dollar and 10 cents. On the other aspect, the urban development in the region. Oshana Regional Council, the year 2023 to 2024 financial year, received a limited budget of 2.8 million from the Ministry of Urban and Rural Development and completed the construction of service infrastructure at a Hekek settlement at a cost of 709,000 and Ukwangula settlement area at a cost of 2.1 million respectively. During the current financial year, the Oshana Regional Council will construct service infrastructure at Ukwangula and Eke settlement area at a cost of 2.5 million respectively. Moreover, the council will also, as part of the rural development program, construct rural sanitation at a cost of 3.2 million. The Ondangwa Town Council has in the preceding financial year made provision for a development budget of 170 million and implemented key capital projects which include the following. The renovation of Ondangwa Industrial and Trade Exhibition Centers, the construction of street lighting at Onansi and Upopo completed, the construction of a kiosk at Kiddies Park in Mashaka completed, the ongoing construction of road between Onansi Extension 25 and 26 almost to be completed, and the road upgrading of Olune Extension 1 and road construction at Olune Extension 9 completed. In the year 2024 to 2025 financial year, Ondangwa Town Council has planned to construct the following development project at a combined cost of 52.1 million. Continue with the construction of Ondangwa Sports Stadium. Next phase is ongoing. The compensations and planning and surveying of new residential area ongoing. The construction of a taxi rank at ABC Markets is ongoing. The construction of road at Onguta ongoing. The upgrading of roads at extension 7 and 16 also ongoing. The constructions of gravel roads at informal settlement ongoing. During the financial year 2023 to 2024, Ngwediva Town Council successfully executed the following external design and underground infrastructure development at a combined cost of 35.8 million. The surveying of Matando and Onawa proper, ongoing. The replanning at Extension 2, ongoing. The construction of storm water channels, ongoing. The provision of water and severe extension at Extension 12, and provision of water reticulation at Matando and Okanjegedi and Onawa settlements. The provision of street light at Okanjegedi, Onawa, Ongwe Street along the C46 main road in Ongwediva. The provision of electricity at Skyface number 3, and the ongoing construction of satellite trading spots for street vendors in the town. The rehabilitation of roads between Oshana Mall and David Shikomba, finished, completed. The ongoing extensions and upgrading of Ongwediva Open Market, ongoing. The ongoing construction of service and sports field phase 4, and the ongoing development of leisure park at extension 11. For the 2024-2025 financial year, Ngwediva Town Council further plans to execute the following project at a combined cost of 57.4 million, planning and replanning of extension 13 and a Jambara area. The replanning of extension 2 at reception area in Ngwediva, surveying of Onawa extension 1, construction of water and severe reticulation infrastructure at Efidi, extension 12 and Matando. The construction of stormwater infrastructure at extension 11, phase 4. The upgrading of Siwa Racing Main Pump Station 3. Upgrading of Abraham Nyambari Street to bitumen standards. The upgrading of office faces and the extension and upgrading of Ongwediva open markets. The construction of satellite trading spot for street vendors, as I've said earlier, as well as boundary walls and earthwork at social housing unit of the town. Supply and delivery of sewer pump, fire and rescue equipment, plus bulldozers and advanced GPS equipment underway. The Oshakati Town Council, during the year under review, implemented development project at a combined capital budget of 54.2 million. The ongoing construction of gravel road at Onawa and the construction of sewer reticulation at Vuruluko is almost completed. The construction of arterial roads at Onawa Extension 7 and 8, ongoing. Road infrastructure maintenance, ongoing throughout the town. The construction of stormwater channel at the Kuku Extension 3 and the Ehenye Extension 2 and 4. The ongoing replacement of asbestos pipe around Oshakati town, it's an ongoing effort. The supply of 6 submersive sewer pump, severe combination truck and compactors. Patches, the construction of 1 manhole sewer junctions and the ablution facility at engineering building and council flats sewerage treatment plants completed. They are ongoing. The renovation of a Vululuko community centers and the upgrading of intersections and MR 111 road ongoing, and fencing of the civic center Paris site in the town. The constructions of material store building and ablution facilities, the fencing of the Anglican Church Cemetery, the landscape of a Kuku Public Park, the fencing of Oshakati Renfield Phase 3 ongoing. During the 2022, 24, 25 financial year, the Oshakati Town Council plans to relocate Oshopala location to Onawa proper, formalizations of Onawa Township, alignment of a Vuruko proper and extension 1, alignment of Upindi proper, construct the incinerator at a municipal landfill, construct the swimming pool at the Kuku Park, construct the children playground facility at Onawa locations, and on the other aspect, the human capital development in the region. Human capital development is the second sub-pillar of our 5th National Development Plan, which seeks to achieve social transformation through deliberate investment in our citizen education, health and training. The number of higher learning institutions in the Oshana region continue to grow, which signifies our local capacity for the development of human capital. As at the end of the 2023-2024 financial year, Oshana region has graduated a total number of 3,907 students from various higher learning institutions, with 94 graduates from UNAM Jose Eduardo dos Santos Engineering Campus, 612 from UNAM Ifikepunye Pohamba Campus, and 201 graduates from UNAM Oshakati Main Campus, and 2,302 graduates from the International University of Management Ongwediva branch, and 90 graduates from COSDEC on Dangwa Campus, and 408 graduates from IK Nursing Center on Dangwa. 200 graduates from Balombola Vocational Training Center in Ongwediva town. And it is worth noting that education scholarship support and training was also offered to students from different backgrounds in the region by various stakeholders, such as Balombola Vocational Training and Lani Group of Company. We commend their effort in complementing the government in its citizenly educational endeavor. And on the social progress, the government of the Republic of Namibia places its people at the center of developmental process. And since development is for the people, our efforts should be focused on improving the livelihood of our people. Some of the initiatives implemented by the government for social transformation include efforts by government through the Office of the Prime Minister in providing food assistance on a monthly basis to the 18,286 households, comprisingly 87,249 beneficiaries affected by the drought in the Oshana. In complementing the effort by the Office of the Prime Ministers, Oshana Regional Council also procure food at a cost of 350,000 to support the food insecure family, both in rural areas and urban centers in the region. The Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, through the Dry Land Crop Production Program, has subsidized ploughing services for 3,127 farmers in the region, and other dry land crop production support at a value of 4,019,425 Namibian dollars. The Ministry of Environment, Forestry and Tourism has produced 944 seedlings and donated 2,313 to the public. The ministry has also conducted 7 awareness campaigns and 6 training on field fire management in the Uvudia constituencies. Uvudia, Oshana, and Okachari constituency. The Ngwediva Town Council, during the period under review, donated an amount of 10,000 to the Office of the Regional Governor towards the Governor's Cup held in January 2023. Other corporate social responsibility by Ngwediva Town Council included a donation of sports equipment and material worth 15,000 Namibian dollars to Congeni pre-kindergarten and daycare located at the Fidi in Ngwediva Town. The Ministry of Health and Social Services donated wheelchair to 67 people with mobility disability in the region, as well as rehabilitation care to more than 110 people with disabilities. The Division of Gender Equality, Poverty Eradication, and Social Welfare provided various support to strengthen social safety nets, including the social grant of 37,000 for the children, which amounted to 12.9 million. And also, they have also conducted a regional campaign against gender-based violence and gender-based violence against children at a cost of 90,000 Namibian dollars. And also, they've also supported income-generating activity project at a cost of 140,360 Namibian dollars. And also, they provided subsidy to 106 early childhood development centers amounting to 1.9 million. In pursuit of availing urban lands, and low-cost housing, the 3 towns of Ngwediva, Ndangwa, and Oshakati have serviced and allocated 1,679 plots for housing development in the region during the 2023 to 2024 financial year. Other aspect, value enhancement. It is important to highlight the growing value enhancement initiative in the region, driven by private sectors, individuals, and non-governmental organizations. This example include the tuna food productions, natural herb-based spices, beauty and cosmetic products by Oyetu Natural of Paulina Nkavu, and other products such as beverage. You go to all the shops, you'll find them, juices, jams, and other products being made in the region. The other aspect, the proclamation of new townships in the region. The demand for commercial and residential land in the region urban center is rising due to the rate at which people are moving from rural to urban locations. Our 3 towns of Ndangwa, Ngwediva, and Oshakati Town Council have been working hard to design and establish new townships in order to expedite the delivery of urban land during the year under review. There are now 6 townships being established in the region, namely Upindi, Extension 1, Kanjegedi North Proper, Extension 1, Oneshira Proper, Extension 1, in Oshakati Town, Mashaka Proper in Ndangwa Town, Onawa Proper, and Onawa Extension 1 in Ngwediva Town. On the international relation, the region has continued to maximize effort in ensuring the benefit it derives from its international cooperation, and in particular economic and sustainable development, in order to advance the social economic condition of the inhabitants of the region. The Office of the Regional Governor, in collaboration with the Oshana Regional Council and all three local authorities have drafted and proposed memorandum of understanding between Oshana region and Kilimanjaro region in the United Republic of Tanzania. Therefore, the regional governor led a delegation of 15 people consisting of regional council, local authorities, and business communities, representative to Kilimanjaro region, with the primary objective of the proposed memorandum of understanding aimed at strengthening our socio-economic advancement. In addition, the region keeps on working on pending memorandum of understanding with the Kunene province in the Republic of Angola, as well as to continue to strengthen and work on implementations of already existing memorandum of understanding with the Limpopo province in the Republic of South Africa and the Yankee province of the Republic of China. The other aspect, challenges face the region. The Oshana region faces various challenges, which include, but not limited to, limited water infrastructure for agricultural production and aging water pipelines, higher unemployment rates caused by various dormant key economical sectors in the region, climatic factors which possess food insecurities for both people and livestock. The provisions and allocation of affordable housing remains a challenge in the region as in the country at large. Limited access to business finance for the small and medium enterprises in the region, illegal land grabbing and fencing in the communal land. Given the challenge, we therefore recommend on the following. With optimism, this challenge can be turned into opportunities through the following recommendations at the regional level. Intensively engaging banking institutions to allow for alternative building material in order to achieve low-cost housing options for lower-income earners in the region. Invest in boarding schools in rural areas which will provide a better learning environment and avail enough space for learners' accommodations in the region. Fast-tracking and rehabilitations, very important, and the extension of the Taka Canal to reach to Oponona Lake to provide sufficient water for irrigations and also for animal husbandry in the area south of Oshana. The continued support to the abattoirs and to local farmers in order to enhance agricultural production in the region, more in particular, the Uvudia constituencies, and Okachali and Ukuyushana, as to promote value addition, and the fast-tracking the implementations in the region of capital projects and other developmental programs of government in order to stimulate economic activities in the region, and also to address the housing backlog. We need to fast-track the implementation of the review compensation policies in order to improve land delivery in our urban areas. The local authorities should also develop, and they are busy, developing more youth recreational facilities and sport infrastructures. This will help with the youth development and assist the region to attract world-class sportsmanship. Maximize effort on civic education, very important, in order to be aligned with the available opportunity the region offers, and in particular the entire country. Conclusion, honorable members, ladies and gentlemen, this brings me to the end of my summarized state of the regional address. However, a comprehensive report is available at the Office of the Regional Governor and Oshana Regional Council and our website. Honorable Chairperson, honorable members, Julius Nyerere once said, "It is necessary to learn from others' experience, but it is also necessary to remember that the condition of other will never be exactly the same as those of our own. With that said, I would like to express my gratitude to the President of the Republic of Namibia, His Excellency Dr. Nangolo Mbuba, the regional councils, and the entire leadership in Oshana region, the staff of the Office of the Governor, friends, and family for the continued support in this journey as I continue to serve as the regional governor of Oshana region. May God bless Oshana region. Long live the Republic of Namibia, and I thank you.
Thank you so much for staying with us now. What you just heard was the Governor's State of the Region address of the Oshana region. Honorable Elia Irimali just tabled what actually has happened in the past financial year, also deliberating on the future plans of the region. Now, to give you the post-analysis, I am now joined by Junius Haipinge, a youth leader, also here from the Oshana region. Very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Happy to be here.
Absolutely. Your reaction to what the governor has mentioned in his comprehensive speech, especially regarding youth matters. What are your expectations? Did he meet your expectations, and what was perhaps missing from what he just mentioned?
Thank you so much for the question. Yeah, the governor spoke very well. He met my expectations of the youth in terms of youth empowerment, because he spoke more of on how to improve on youth development, and he spoke more of creating more projects that are going to focus on youth empowerment, such as sport recreations, encouraging also the youth to make made products, example gems, and also encouraging the youth to participate in agriculture. So I met my expectations, and also encouraging the youth to just make sure that they focus more also on business, especially in the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Yes, thank you so much.
Absolutely. We also, just touching on the stadiums and what is being built. Of course, we've heard of the currently ongoing stadium that's being built in Ondangwa. We also know of the Ondangwa sports field that also, the one that's also being built in Ongwediva as well. And also the revamp on the efforts being made to also improve the independent stadium in Oshakati. What is your say to perhaps the importance of sport and how it actually can benefit the country's economy and the youth that of course are participating in it?
Okay, thank you so much for the question again. The importance of sport, sport itself, it unites people firstly. Sport itself, it creates an environment, a positive environment among the youth.
Yep.
Yeah, it encourages the youth to stay away from a lot of things. And in terms of the development and to our country, sport identifies talent. It's through sport that the majority of the young people can be able to participate in various sports, and they can be able to sustain their life through sport. And with the building of a new stadium in Ondangwa, it shows the commitment of the region to the sport, and also it shows the commitment of the region to the development of the youth in terms of just upgrading their talents, and also just making sure that they are engaging, and also making sure that they are being taken care of. Because most of the time young people, they want to participate, but they don't have a place or where to go and play soccer or netball or volleyball. But with the building of new stadiums, that shows that they are now able to participate, and they are able to be developed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Now, do you think that educational reforms and skill development programs mentioned are sufficient to meet the needs of the young people here in Oshana region?
Thank you so much. Yes, I do think that the educational reforms mentioned, they are sufficient to meet the demand of the young people. Due to the fact that the governor spoke about the new 3 construction of new schools in Oshana region. There's a completed one in Ongwediva, and also constructions of new classrooms in most of the schools. He spoke more than maybe 8 or 7 schools that are being, the new classes are being constructed in those schools. It shows the reforms that is improving, and also the governor also spoke about the scholarship support. Yes, especially by our own businessmen, running group. They are so committed to empowering the youth. They are most of the time sponsoring education, and also it shows the graduates from Oshana. In the reports, it shows that more 3,000 or more than 3,000 graduated from Oshana region.
Yes.
So that shows that yes, I believe the reforms are doing well, and so far also just to supply more of. Just to make sure that the roads reading, especially in rural areas, are more of well developed for the schools to be reached. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. How inclusive do you find the governor's approach involving youth in decision-making processes here?
I find the governor's approach in involving the youth in decision-making positive, because the governor is encouraging the youth to usually participate in the structures of the region, and they can participate within the regional youth forum, whereby they will have engagement with the regional council, and here their voice can be heard, because this is the platform for them to come here and also give their various projects or give their various inputs that they want to be made available to them. So it's through the regional council that they can engage. I think, yes, I find it that the governor is encouraging the youth to participate through the regional youth forum. Thank
Absolutely. you. And speaking on other social issues such as mental health and substance abuse, what did you pick up from the governor's address, in terms of how the government or the Oshana Regional Council is trying to address those issues, especially amongst young people?
Yeah, what I've picked up from the governor's address is that it's more of campaigns and awareness, especially when it comes to substance abuse. Awareness is the first thing that must be done. People need to know the impact of substance abuse. That is a negative one. And also the mental health is also awareness. People need to know where to go to before they over exhaust their minds to the point whereby they are not able to think very well anymore. And also on unemployment, the governor also spoke about on how to just to the development process that are coming in the development process that are coming in shows that at least it is going to cater for most of the young people that are unemployed. It's just that they need to be informed, and that's thank you.
Absolutely. And based on the address, what are your hopes and your concerns for the future of the Oshana region? Are we moving into the right direction?
Yes, we are moving to the right direction. Oshana is a big region. It's having 3 towns. We have Oshakati, we have Ndangba, and then we have Ngwediva. But in terms of development, Oshana is at least trying its level best, and we are doing the right thing. We are heading in the right direction. We just need to improve more on other resources that are not touched. But yes, we are moving in the right direction, and I think Oshana will do well in the future.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to touch base with you as well on what's obviously going to be happening. This town is, of course, now going to be attracting a lot of people in starting today, actually, going to some more days. We have the Ngwediva Trade Fair that is taking place. We also have Heroes Day that is also going to be hosted closer to the, of course, the Oshana region. Talk to us about the significance that the town holds, of course, when it hosts such events, and what benefit it can bring not only to the people from the Oshana region, but of course the country at large.
Yes, thank you so much. Oshana is now blessed, especially this month. As we have mentioned, we have the trade fair that is taking place already. We are waiting for 26th of August for the Heroes EKS. So a lot of people are in Oshana now. And this shows the opportunity for business people, especially in Oshana, that they are going to benefit from this flow of people from different regions and also from abroad. And it shows how Oshana is committed to making sure that the community benefit, because especially in trade fair you find that there are a lot of business people that are selling there. The Heroes Eka is also going to attract a lot of people, because that is a very important day in our history. So far, Oshana, this month we are making progress, and it's beneficial to the residents of Oshana. Thank you.
Absolutely. So for those ones who are not going to make it, what do you perhaps what's the message to them in terms of what they're going to be missing out from, of course, the beautiful year of August, as our belated president obviously used to say?
I just hope next time they will make it, because they are going to miss out a lot. Everything is happening in Oshana now. For those ones that are not that are missing out, you are not far from us. We are together. We are in one Namibia, but we are supposed to be here so that you can experience a lot of fun and a lot of enjoyment that is taking place in Oshana. So it's a bad day for them, but next time I hope they will come and witness everything that's happening here.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us this morning. It was a very, very brief and comprehensive State of the Region address that we just listened to, but thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Now, if you're just joining us, we just listened to the State of the Region address that was addressed by the governor of the region at large. Of course, it's going through and also touching on some of the projects that the region actually plans for the region to, of course, improve its stay, and, of course, also what the governor can bring. But for now, let's take you around a tour of the Oshana region, specifically in Oshakati, just to take a look at what you can expect if you are to visit the town. Welcome back, and we are still going to continue with more conversations regarding the State of the Region address that was just tabled just a minute ago by the Governor of the Oshana region, Elia Irimali. We are now joined by Christofina Nakandungile, a youth leader, very vibrant youth leader based here in the Oshana region. Thank you so much, and welcome back, of course, to give us your analysis of this, what we just listened to here.
Thank you so much for having me again.
Absolutely. Talk to us about what stood out for you from the Governor's speech that he just gave us. What stood out for you, and perhaps what are some of the areas that you feel need to be perhaps touched more or needs to be emphasized more?
I think what touched me more was the recommendations. They are well compacted. They are well compacted. It touches the issue of water infrastructure, as from our discussion this morning, the issues of education infrastructure and boarding schools in the rural areas. Those really stood out for me. I am glad to see the additional classrooms in the various schools. I am glad to see the commitment of the local authorities on the sports development. I was also very happy to see on the service land and the available plots that you mentioned from and the new townships proclamations from our 3 local authorities. I was also very impressed to see the progresses that have been made with the sanitation programs by the regional council. Really, those really are efforts that we should really commend government for doing.
Absolutely. Amongst what you just mentioned now, of course, knowing that, you know, houses are being built, land is being serviced for more people to of course, get land for them to build their houses. Rural areas still continue to grow. In Oshakati or the Oshana region is no exception. What is your take on that?
Well, Oshana region is special in its way that the influx here, maybe it's comparable to Windhoek. The influx of people coming from rural areas to the urban centers is almost similar to that of Windhoek. And therefore, I think the extension, the continuous extension of the local authority boundaries should continue going. This will also reduce the sizes of the rural areas by also bringing further infrastructure closer to those rural communities when we extend the town boundaries. And I am glad to have heard that Oshakati is also extending its boundaries further to the settlement of Mbadu. So it is one of those commendable ideas, because the villages nearby there will now have services brought to them, closer to them. So it's really commendable to have seen that. The rural areas is a special case in Oshana region because of the Oshanas, of course, that is within our region. The houses are further apart from each other. So this brings several challenges in terms of service delivery, in terms of roads, electrification, water pipelines. So a distance stretching for 5 kilometers might only cover a few houses, not comparable to other regions where they have good land and houses can actually stay together, because here we have Oshanas in between, so it's a really tough one there.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And speaking on drought, of course, this town is, or rather the region is quite, rich in agricultural, production, especially not only on communal level but also commercial level as well. What is your reaction to what the governor, of course, said in terms of the drought relief programs that, of course, are being, initiated to, of course, aid those that are affected by the drought?
Yes, I would really like to commend the Office of the Prime Minister, as well as the Oshana Regional Council. Those are the 2 entities he mentioned that have been providing services or relief to the people affected by the drought. He also mentioned that there were a few that still needs to be added on that list, and I really understand that, because this year has been worse than I think the rest of the years in terms of drought and harvest for the people. We need to invest really more in water infrastructure, because it is somehow does not make sense when we say this time of the year we have drought and then the other time we have flood. So what are we doing to harvest this water when there is floods? What are we doing to keep this water and reuse it? at the end of the day, so that we mitigate the drought, the drought that is to come in the following seasons. So the water infrastructure recommendations that were given by the governor talks about this, and it's really commendable that he also realizes, as a leader, he realizes that that is really an important aspect that needs to be addressed.
All in all, what do you think is the perhaps a bigger focus that needs to be addressed in the Oshana region?
The bigger focus here is, I think it's firstly the schools, education. Oshana has, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 4 major schools, high schools, that have boarding facilities. But they are so overcrowded. And they are in the centers or in the middle of the locations. So it's a distraction, one, to the learners, and this also affects our performance at the end of the year academically. And so the promotion or the investment in boarding schools within rural areas, a little bit far from the urban centers where the economic activities are concentrated, will really have an impact on that academic performance of our learners. Secondly is the access roads. Like we spoke about the flood. During floods, it's very hard for learners to access schools because of this, because of the flood, and there is no access road. So we need to touch more and work more on access roads to those existing schools, so that comes the drought, we do not have learners having to stay down without and because of the water and so forth. So those are aspects. And the other issue that I wanted to hear was the issue of the district hospital.
Right.
Yes, we have heard of the district hospital coming to Oshana region for a very long time now, but up to now there are no plans, tangible plans that have been reported on this hospital. We only have a referral hospital, which is Oshakati Intermediate Hospital. It's catering for almost, I think, 7 regions, if I'm not mistaken: Kunene, the Oshana, Hangwena, Shikota, and Msati, and then the Kavango as a referral hospital, not to forget the influx of our neighboring country. So there is really a need for a district hospital in Oshana region, and I would have loved to see and hear about the plans, what have happened to that hospital. So it will be appreciated if we could work more on our hospitals, our schools, and our roads.
All right, sir. In conclusion, what is your hopes? What region, in terms of what is your Oshana region that would like to see in the future? What really would you like to see in terms of your hope or dream of this beautiful region for it to become a better town to live in, and of course one that is, of course, to be commended in all its areas, in terms of infrastructure, health, and all that needs to be, of course, improved in the Oshana region?
Well, Oshana region is really, really well settled where it is. It's at the center of economic activities from the other nearby regions. So if we invest in our infrastructure, beginning with the water, the roads, this region could be the next, perhaps, Argentina of this world. Because firstly, animal husbandry in the areas of over there there's vast land there, grazing land there, but however there is water challenges. And so farmers there find it a little bit challenging to cope with their livestock in that area. But there is food for them. And then the other issue is the roads. So if we address the road, Oshana will flourish like this, no tomorrow. And really, I am hoping that in the next 10 to 15 minutes, we are able to achieve those dreams and see the Oshana that we dream of.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, thank you so much for making the time to talk to us this morning. I think it's really a region that has a lot of potential. We can't see, of course, to wait to actually, see what is actually going to be happening, especially from today to, of course, the next week, having seen that the Ongwediva Trade Fair is starting now, and, of course, the Heroes Day also coming next week. So thank you so much for making the time.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, we have now come to the end of our production to bringing you the State of the Region address that was just delivered by the Governor of the Oshana region, Elia Irimali, and that also now highlights that we also are going to be bringing you another production from 2 o'clock, of course, the aid scheme towards the entrepreneurs of the Oshana region, also going to be aided with some equipment as well as more information that will be directed there. So do stay tuned for that production from 2:30 on all NBC platforms. But for me, Johnny Konja, the entire crew here in Oshana region, thank you so much for watching. Until next time.